Shalom, shalom, yasha Allah. Kwam yasha Allah. Shalom, 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 family. Shalom. All praise to the Most High, Mashiach Yahweh. Get my camera a little clearer there. Salakia. Get my camera a little clearer there. Oh, man. All praise to the Most High, Mashiach Yahweh. Shalom. Israel, shalom, 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 family. All praise to the Most High and the Mashiach Yahweh. As Salakia, I should have put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Shalom, family. Let a few of y'all get in here. Take me a little sip of my coffee so I can look alive. Nah, no folly. Shalom, Israel. All praise to the Most High, Mashiach Yahweh. Hope everybody's having a blessed so-called Sunday. Not Sun God Ra Day, but first day of the week. Shalak Yahweh, Shalom King. Shalom King, all praises. All praise to the Most High, Mashiach Yahweh, whom the world ignorantly calls God in Jesus Christ. Much love to the nation of Israel, all 12 tribes that are sincerely repenting and seeking the Most High, Mashiach Yahweh in spirit and truth. This is just going to be a short lesson / announcement. It's more of an announcement. And of course, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Mashiach Yahweh. Only Israel loves. Shalom. So that you see the title of the video, Hanukkah Salvation. No pun or pun intended, however you want to look at it. I ain't said and heard the damn word salvation and saved in the last, like I heard in the last 2 weeks in all of my time in Israel. Oh man, but this soon will pass. The next hype or debate will come along, and but the last 2 weeks, the word saved and salvation has come across. Shalom, Freddie, has come across my. Oh man, I done said it and heard it so much. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I just titled the video that way because something quick I want to bring out, even when it comes to the Hanukkah, in terms of salvation. So we're gonna get right into it. It's most I will. It's not gonna be long and drawn out. We're gonna go to Psalms chapter 14 and verse 7. We're gonna start off with that. Psalms chapter 14 and verse 7. So H.O.I. Vegas in the building. Shalom, Kadash. H.O.I. Las Vegas in the building. Shalom. Asher Jink. Shalom. Shalom, family. I just want to touch lightly on salvation, and I'm going to incorporate it into, the Hanukkah Feast of Dedication that we're celebrating coming up. First and foremost, Feast of Dedication is coming up. December 13th at even is the opening. December 20th at even is the closing. I believe the new moon is in between that on the 19th. And December 21st, Sunday at evening, the Hanukkah closes out. If you co-sign to H.O.I.'s calendar. So everybody, again, you can inbox me or email me. Get your menorahs. Get your menorahs. Got the menorahs all over the place. Even on my Elder Torah podcast shirt. Get your menorahs. We in that season, so you can burn your menorahs for the whole 8 days of the Hanukkah. Inbox me or email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. Get your menorahs. This is just the 5-inch. I got all the way up to 3 feet, 36 inch. Anything in between, all budgets, all sizes or designs, hit me up. I can send you a video, hopefully a flyer in the near future, and order your menorahs. Email me, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com, or inbox me on Facebook or Instagram, Kanai Zabak. All right, Zabak Kanai. All right. So get your menorahs. Time is clicking. There's going to be a certain deadline if you want to be able to light your menorah for Hanukkah. You can still get it after that and have it for the rest of the 8 days or the rest of the year, but get your orders in at a certain time. And serious inquiries only, please. Serious inquiries only. So get your menorahs, all right, for 2025 Hanukkah. All praises. Kwame Shala. All right. Hey, Elder, prayers to you and yours in the name of Hamashiach Yahawashai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So we're just going to touch briefly on the Hanukkah Feast of Dedication. And I'll take a couple of questions, Q&A, mainly concerning the Hanukkah. Maybe one or two extra questions in there. You're gay and your ass is getting out of here. All right. And Scarf was starting early. Scarf was starting early. Damn. All right. So the whole salvation thing or saved. What I'm going to demonstrate real quick is just there's multiple meanings to the word salvation. Again, I'm going to say it again. A lot of what's going on with this whole salvation and save thing is turning into wordplay and semantics. And some of y'all, again, you got the attention span of a damn rock or a donkey. And a lot of y'all are playing semantics and word games. And you're trying to twist brothers and sisters' words up to paint a narrative. And Israel, you know what? We don't even have to do all that. All we got to do is say, yo, I respectfully disagree. Or here's my take when it comes to the word salvation or save. Now we don't understand a basic English language. We don't understand linguistics, vernacular, whatever you want to call it. Salakia, hopefully I'm using the right words. Huh? Kadash, you there? What we don't understand. We don't understand basic English words now. And remember, words have multiple meanings, even in the scriptures, even in the Hebrew and the Greek. And I'm going to demonstrate that today. But I'm just incorporating that into this quick announcement lesson. But that's what we're dealing with today. So Psalms 14:7. Oh, that the salvation of Israel will come out of Zion. When Yahweh bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice and Israel shall be glad. So one of the aspects or meanings of salvation is deliverance. All right, let's get that word for salvation in the blue letter. All right, let's get that word for salvation. And I'm just demonstrating something here to y'all. I'm just showing y'all a little something here about the word salvation. All right. Kadash, is it me? Right? Is it me, brother? I mean, what are we doing here? We don't understand basic English anymore. Right? Perfect and perfect. Listen, hold your questions or your points. I just want to get through my point. I'll take questions at the end, mainly about Feast of Dedication or Hanukkah, how to celebrate it, what to do, and maybe one or two other questions outside of that. All right? But everybody hold your horses. Save your points or your questions. Let me get through this. All right, so Psalms 14:7 in the blue letter. All right, this is one form or terminology of salvation. All right, one form or terminology of salvation or meaning, if you, for lack of a, but we're going to show you it can have multiple meanings. Now we don't understand basic English. Now we getting cut off. You sold out. I'll use myself. I sold out or I got paid off because I'm incorporating the word salvation with Israel and Gentiles. So now you took the bag, right? All right, scoffers are on here early. I gotta block people. All right. Okay, the word salvation in Psalms 14:7. All right, it's But I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let the blue letter. I'm gonna let the blue letter say it because of course Yahweh Shai salvation is incorporated in his name. It's Yahshua, but in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh Shai's name is Yahweh Shai. Because in Exodus, I believe it says the Most High name would be in his name. So let's get it.
Strong's H3444. Yeshua. Yeshua.
All right, now it's Strong's H344 Yeshua. Of course, they say Yeshua, but we say Yahshua in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. See that? So there it is right there. Is the Yah, the Shah, the Y, and the I, and the Ha at the end. Yahshua, because the Ha is like silent. All right, but then we incorporate that into the Messiah's name, which is Yahweh Shai. But it's Strong's 3444 in the ancient Hebrew.
Strong's H3444. Yeshua. Yeshua.
That's Yeshua. That they pronounce it in the modern Hebrew, but it's Yahshua in the ancient Paleo. All right. Now, right here is going to say the definitions, right? Salakia, y'all, I'm old school. I don't do all that sharing screen and everything. I look up stuff here on my tablet. The elders old school. Don't crucify me for that. All right. Outline of biblical usage. Yahshua. Salvation, deliverance, welfare, prosperity, deliverance, salvation by God, by Yahweh, victory. So in Psalms 14:7, let me read it again. Oh, that the salvation of Israel will come out of Zion. When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice and Israel shall be glad. We're going to rejoice and be glad. All right. Brother Trav in the building. Shalom. All right. So let me show you. So in this instance, Psalms 14:7, salvation would be appropriate. Deliverance will be appropriate. Welfare would be appropriate. Prosperity will be appropriate. Deliverance, salvation by God. Victory. When we're delivered out of captivity, we're going to get the victory, meaning we're going to win. Or you know how Jake say, yo, we winning. Right? Israel going to be win. We're going to be winning. We're going to win over the nations. The Most High going to give us back the rulership. We're going to take the remain, preserve, prolong, kept, saved. We got to play word games now. We're going to take the nations that are left over from the destruction, that don't die in nuclear destruction, all over the earth, and we're going to bring them into captivity. Some of them, we're going to have to make them submit by force. A lot of them going to submit willingly. And I'm going to touch on that in another lesson. I want to mainly concentrate on the Hanukkah here. But, Salakia. We're going to take them into captivity and we're going to have the victory over them. That's the salvation that Psalms 14:7 is talking about, but it's talking about all the other definitions also. Salvation, deliverance, welfare, prosperity, deliverance, salvation by Yahweh, victory. So everybody understand that? Give me a con 777. Oh, that the salvation of Israel will come out of Zion. Zion means monument of the Most High. Zion also represents the people, meaning the salvation is going to come to Israel. Give me a con 777 if y'all understand what I'm saying. So one of the definitions I want to concentrate on is deliverance. That's definition number 2 in the Strong's. Deliverance. You see that? Salvation, deliverance, welfare, prosperity, deliverance, salvation by Yahweh, victory. Everybody see that, Khan? So this salvation right here is what? Talking about the deliverance of Israel from captivity and the victory over all the other nations. Everybody clear? And just to set the record straight, that's what HOI teaches. It doesn't matter what our stance is on Cornelius or any other Gentile that the Most High used in the Bible for his purpose. That always been, and the Most High will continue to be the stance of HOI when it comes to salvation of rulership to Israel and the nations. They get their salvation through us by not being destroyed and serving a God of Israel through the Israelites. That's always been our stance. It'll always be our stance if the Most High continue to give us that understanding. Everybody understand? Give me a con 777. If anybody out there say anything else, HOI is teaching the same thing as this camp or that camp. Oh, they sold out. They took the bag. They believe the nations can be saved with Israel now. No, that's not. I just made it clear. Now, anybody else take my words and twist them and make a damn lying, gainsaying video and mix my words, then you a lying, wicked Negro, and the Most High going to judge you. Everybody clear on that? I just said HOI stance. Regardless of what we believe about Rahab or the Ninevites or any Gentile that the Most High used for his purpose, that's HOI stance, and I'm the senior elder telling you that. Much respect to my co-elder Terah, my co-elders Levi, Manashar, Elder Sabal, OG Makaba, all the senior men captains, Deacon Ariyah, Deacon Shawapar, Captain Ariyah, Captain Yeshaya, all of our beautiful brothers at HOI. Salakia, I didn't mention everybody, there's a lot of us. But that's clear. If you hear anybody else twist me or HOI's words, they're a lying nigga, and the Lord going to destroy them if they don't repent. Everybody clear on that? Some gainsaying Negro came on my post. Oh, you getting that Esau money now. I started to tell him, I took the humble route, but I started to tell him, yo, watch your mouth before the Lord punch you in it. You slandering an elder, you bearing false witness, and you opening your damn mouth. Every idle word that you speak, right? Every idle word that you speak, you're going to give account thereof. The brother from GMS had a moment of lack of understanding or seeing. That could be the case, but I believe that dude knew what he was doing and saying. All right? And that's dangerous, y'all. Anybody that know what you really said, but will take your words and spin them for a narrative, that's a dangerous nigga. I ain't playing with that. Shalom, Yolanda. Shalom, Finesse Love. Shalom. I gotta start knowing some of y'all too, man, so I can know these screen names. But anybody, I'm talking about anything. You could be on a job and your coworker said he took an hour and a half lunch when you like, no, I took an hour lunch. Look, I could punch. I'm gonna punch my clock. You can see on my timesheet that I punched my clock back in. I punched my timesheet back in when I came off of my hour lunch. But no, he punched his time sheet at 1 p.m., but he was really outside. He was in the day room till 1:30. No. Ask my supervisor what time I got back on the floor. It was like 1:01, but I punched my clock in at 12:59, whatever, 1 p.m. But they'll lie and say, no, he was in the break room till 1. That's dangerous, y'all. Knowing that you punched in from lunch at 1 p.m., that's dangerous, and that's something that Israel in the truth and out of the truth will do to you just to promote their narrative. So any brother or sister that's doing that, you better repent or the Most High going to destroy the hell out of you. Now, back to our regular scheduled programming. So everybody get that. Psalms 14 and 7, that's right to the point. H.O.I and the ancient. They playing word games. Khan, Andrea Kingdom. Yeah, Ambassador. Andre Kingdom Ambassador. Yeah, brother. You know what I'm saying? Just playing word games and using semantics and using stupid ass arguments, twisting and bending just to paint their narrative, really to just be against you. But I don't want to ramble on. I want to get to these scripts and about this Hanukkah. I want to keep it about that. But I just showed y'all something about salvation. That's all. I just wanted to bring that in there. Now let's go to First Maccabees. Let's link that up. Let's go to First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 1. We're gonna start there. I'm only getting a few verses in the Maccabees concerning the Maccabees, Judas, and the Hanukkah. First Maccabees 3, and we're gonna start at 1. Then his son Judas, called Maccabeus, rose up in his stead. So after Matthias killed the ambassador of the damn Greek king that came and tried to get him to sell out, and he killed him in front of everybody, and killed a wicked Israelite for sacrificing swine on the altar, he died. But before he died, he gave the charge to Judas, his son. All right. So First Maccabees 3 and 1. Y'all can read verses, chapters 1 and 2 on your own. That's homework for Hanukkah. All right. Between the next 2 weeks, try to at least read First Maccabees chapters 1 through 4. Try to get through as much as the Maccabees or the whole thing if you can, but try to at least read chapters 1 through 4 in the next couple of weeks, so you'll be up on the story. And we will explain and break things down as we have the service. Verse 2, and all his brethren helped him, and so did all they that held with his father. And they fought with cheerfulness the battle of Yasha'Allah. So he got his people great honor, and put on a breastplate as a giant, and girt his warlike harness about him, and he made battles protecting the host with his sword. In his acts he was like a lion. See that? He was a Levite, but his name was Judah, and he was like a lion. This is just like Genesis 49. But Genesis 49 was actually the tribe of Judah. This was a Levite by the name of Judah that was fighting like a young lion for his people, a young ferocious lion hunting the prey. It says, and like a lion's whelp roaring for his prey. Like a lion's whelp. All they want to do is hunt, hunt, hunt. All right? And this is what Judas was doing. He was hunting the prey. All right? It says, for he pursued the wicked and sought them out and burnt up those, Shalakia, and burnt up those that vexed his people. Wherefore the wicked shrunk for fear of him, and all the workers of iniquity were troubled, because salvation prospered in his hand. Check that out. It said prosperity. It said salvation prospered in Judas's hand. Now, this wasn't the salvation of complete rulership. What was this salvation? Deliverance and victory. Remember that? In the word H.O.I. Salakia. My bad. Let me refresh. Let me go out and come back in. Oh, there it is. All right. Remember H.O.I. And they say Yeshua in the paleo, but it's H.O.I.
Strong's H3444. Yeshua.
Yeah, say Yeshua, but it's H.O.I. All right. See that? So deliverance and victory. Now, that wasn't the victory of because the Greeks were still in power. But Jerusalem, the city and the temple and the immediate area, right? They were taking back the temple from the heathen nations and getting back the city. So that was a form of salvation. Salvation also means deliverance, or it means any form of prosperity. We just read it. One of them is welfare and prosperity, and also victory and deliverance. Everybody understand that? Give me a con 777. So there's different aspects of salvation. Everybody understand that? Yes, ultimate salvation is Israel. We just read that in Psalms 14 and 7. Ultimate salvation is Israel being delivered out of the hands of our enemy, out of captivity, and getting the victory and rulership back over the earth and universe. But there's also welfare, prosperity, deliverance, and victory salvation also. Even though Judas and the Maccabees, they didn't conquer the entire Greek Empire, but they had salvation because they got back the temple and they had that victory over the immediate city and the temple. Everybody understand? Give me a con 777. All right. Now let's jump down. Let me read verse 7. He grieved also many kings and made Jacob glad with his acts, and his memorial is blessed forever. Because what? Judas Maccabees at that time, he brought a form of salvation to Israel with certain victories and deliverance over the Greek and Gentile nations. So there's different levels and forms of salvation. Now, let's understand that. Let's jump down to we're gonna get verse 17. We're gonna jump down to verse 17. Check this out. We're gonna check this out. Who then they saw, Salakia, who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day? Because they was fasting, because they wanted deliverance against the Greek army, because they were outnumbered. That's why Judas gave them a pep talk and said, don't worry, the Lord can still defeat our enemies even if we have less men than them. All right. Unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. And with the power of heaven, it is all one to deliver salvation with a great multitude or a small company. For the victory, salvation, of the battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven. So everybody get that? Deliver, victory. Those are other synonyms for salvation. There are different forms of salvation. Even though this wasn't the rulership conquering salvation at the time, they were winning certain battles and getting a victory over the Greeks and getting, some form of sovereignty over the city and the temple. Everybody get that? All right. Now let's jump over to everybody get that? Give me a con 777. I'm just showing different forms of salvation. All right, I'm just bringing out different forms of salvation, right? First Maccabees 4:1. Then took Gorgias 5,000 footmen and 1,000 of the best horsemen and removed out of the camp by night, to the end he might rush in upon the camp of the Jews and smite them suddenly. And the men of the fortress were his guys. So Gorgias was this, most likely a Greek general, all right, under Antiochus, that was sent to attack Israel. All right, y'all can read and get the intricate details of the story. I'm just getting to the point, because we in a season of war, y'all. We in a season of Hanukkah or Hanukkah. It's only like 2 weeks. Matter of fact, exactly 2 weeks from yesterday. So we in that season. It's on December 13th, almost 14 days, 2 weeks, right? 7 and 7 is 14 last time I checked. So we're about 2 weeks, a little 1 day shy of 2 weeks out. We in that season. So let's get in that spirit of warfare and victory and salvation and deliverance by our power during the time of the Maccabee season. All right, reading on. Now when Judas heard thereof, he himself removed, and the valiant men with him, that he might smite the king's army, which was at Emmaus. See that? You need mighty men with you. All right, verse 4. While as yet the forces were dispersed from the camp, in the mean season came Gorgias by night into the camp of Judas. So the mean season, it can mean in the meantime. It can also mean in the winter or cold or harsh season. But it says in the mean season came Gorgias by night into the camp of Judas. And we know around this time of the year, it starts to come into winter. But it can also mean in the meantime. All right. And when he found no man there, he sought them in the mountains. For said he, these fellows flee from us. But as soon as it was day, Judas showed himself in the plain with 3,000 men, who nevertheless had neither armor nor swords to their minds. So Judas and them dipped. They were stealth at night. But when the day came, see, Judas was an expert at war. He would attack at night, day. catch his enemies slipping. All right. It says, verse 7, 1 Maccabees 4:7. And they saw the camp of the heathen, that it was strong and well harnessed, and compassed round about with horsemen, and these were expert of war. Then said Judas to 1 Maccabees 4:8. Then said Judas to the men that were with him, fear ye not their multitude, neither be ye afraid of their assault. Remember how our fathers were delivered in the Red Sea, when Pharaoh pursued them with an army. Now therefore, there you go again. It said, remember how our fathers were delivered in the Red Sea, when Pharaoh pursued them with an army. Guess what? When our people crossed the Red Sea and the Egyptians came after them and they were drowned, Judas just said they were delivered. Which what? They were saved, or that was a form of salvation, because he delivered them from the Egyptians. All right. It says, Shalakia, verse 11. Now therefore, let us cry unto heaven, if peradventure, perhaps, the Lord will have mercy upon us and remember the covenant of our fathers, and destroy this host before our face this day, that so all the heathen may know that there is one that delivereth and saveth Israel. So they received deliverance and salvation there, even at that time, without it being the complete victory over the Greek Empire. So everybody understand that, Khan? So there's levels of salvation, all right? It says, then the strangers lifted up their eyes and saw them coming over against them. No, I got the main point, just verses 4 through 11. All right, now let's jump down to 452. Everybody with me so far? Give me a con 777. Showing you there's different levels and forms of salvation, mainly to Israel. But the reason why this is like a precursor to something I'm going to go into in the future with this whole wordplay when it comes to salvation to Israel or salvation to the Gentile. All right. And again, you hoe ass niggas. Nah, I'm just kidding. Don't twist my words around. Don't twist my words around and make it seem like I'm saying something else. All right. Now, but everybody see what I'm presenting here, right? All right. But I'm showing you that the Most High gave Israel salvation. Anytime he delivered us, that was salvation. Anytime he let us prosper or he looked out for our welfare. That's why I said, that's why I started with 1 Maccabees 3. They saw that salvation prospered in Judah's hand, although they didn't get the complete victory over the Greek Empire at that time. They got victory over the city and certain, the temple and things of that nature. Now, hence, we get the Feast of Dedication. Because once they got the victory and took back over the temple, what did they do? They dedicated it or rededicated it back to the Most High, like during the time of Solomon. All right. 1 Maccabees 4:52. Furthermore, they set the loaves upon the table and spread out the veils and finished all the works which they had begun to make. Now, on the 25th day of the 9th month, which is called the month Caslu, in the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning and offered sacrifice according to the law upon a new altar of burnt offerings which they had made. So, gotta reel me back in now. I'm just kidding. That ain't my spirit. Now back to our scheduled program, but I can get on that. I'm from East New York, Brooklyn, man. And I know before anybody gets simple, you always talking about you from East New York, Brooklyn. Yeah. I just use that as a talking point because, I come from them streets to a certain degree. I'm not a street dude. I was a product of the street. There's a difference, all right? I'm not running around saying I was the toughest guy and this and that. No, I just was a product of my environment. But I can get on that kind of time. And you got a lot of bird hoe ass dudes in Israel, man. It is what it is. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, who raised these guys? And if the scriptures and repenting in Yahweh, if that don't make you a better man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, only Israel love. I'm going to let your comment show. Yeah, man. And I love my nation and my family. That's nasty work. I don't like to get into that. But a lot of these brothers, even in the truth, man. And one of the problems with Israel is maturity. A lot of y'all don't act y'all age, man, with the scriptures in the Bible, with gray, black, salt and pepper hair and everything. A lot of Israel problem is a major immaturity, man. All right. But let me read on. All right. This is First Maccabees 4. And yeah, I was saying once Judas and Israel got the victory and the deliverance, the salvation over the Greek armies, what did they do? They took back the temple and they dedicated or rededicated it to the Most High. That's when we get the 8th day celebration of Hanukkah or Hanukkah. Shalom, Kahanta Yahweh, Shalom, S-O-T, Azazah. Ephraim in the building. All right, Ephraim in the building. I know this ain't really the time or place, but Ephraim, my brother, I love you, man. Salakia. I will be back out there on the battlefield with you soon. There's a lot of traveling, different stuff going on. But, brother, we're going to get back flowing. I do apologize, man. That's my brother, man. S-O-T, Ephraim in the building, man. All praises. Love you, King. We get back out there on the battlefield soon. I want to say Salakia. All right. First Maccabees 4:54. See, some of y'all still got love. Y'all not calling the elder a bug out, or I sold out, or I took the bag, or I got Esau money. Little difference in understanding, we still trying to accomplish the same mission. Repent in Yahweh and receive the kingdom, and rule as the Lord's chosen people forever and ever. Amen. Esau and the nations in total subjection to us. If it be the Most High will, that ain't going to never change, regardless of intricate understanding of the doctrine. So stop lying out there and let's get this work. All right. So reading on. So right here is the celebration of the Hanukkah when they're setting up the feast day. All right. First Maccabees 4:54. Look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it, even in that it was dedicated with songs and citherns and harps and cymbals. And I know we bring this out every year, but every year the Hanukkah comes. So to link that up, you would go to First Maccabees chapter 1, verses 54 through 64. First Maccabees chapter 1, verses 54 through 64 to link with First Maccabees 4:54. You can't forget that because there's all them fours up in there. Everybody understand? First Maccabees chapters 1, verses 54 through 64 with First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 4 and 54. The reason why it says look at what time, because the same day that the heathen profaned the temple, 2 years later, or 3 years later, depending on the timeline that the scholars say, the temple was cleansed on the same exact day. That was a mockery to the heathen. The day that they defiled the temple, the Most High had Judas and the Maccabees cleanse it on the same day and make it the Feast of Dedication. The 9th month, 25th day. Not no damn December 25th. The 9th month according to the new moon, 25th day. Everybody understand? Give me a con 777. Verse 55. Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the power of heaven who had given them good success. I'm going to hit you something. Good success is another form of salvation. Success, welfare is welfare and prosperity is a synonym for success. What do we don't understand the English language now? Basic English, we don't understand them, but we don't understand synonyms of words. All right. It says, and so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days. So guess what? The Feast of Dedication was set up on the salvation of Israel by getting victory over certain battles with the Greeks and delivering us where we can be able to dedicate the temple back to the Most High. All right. And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days and offered burnt offerings with gladness and sacrifice with the sacrifice of deliverance and praise. Salvation. So when we celebrate Feast of Dedication, we're also celebrating salvation over the Greek armies. Let's not play here. Damn, Israel act like they don't understand basic English now. Want to play word games and lie like hell. But anyway, I don't want to get too caught up in that. This is about exalting the Hanukkah. I just incorporated in it the salvation and the deliverance, because when I was going back over it, I'm seeing victory, deliverance, success. Those are all synonyms for salvation. All right, so there's different levels and forms of salvation. Though we didn't have complete rulership of the earth like we're going to have when H.O.I come in, that salvation, we had salvation and deliverance and victory over the city and getting back the temple. Reading on. They deck also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold and with shields, and the gates of the chambers they renewed and hanged doors upon them. So you can decorate during Hanukkah. You can, hook up your crib. Don't feel guilty. Don't get caught up with these over-righteous gainsaying, always want to rewrite Hebrews, always looking for something to condemn. Oh, you decorating your house because you want to be like Christmas. No, Christmas is trying to be like Hanukkah, damn it. It's our feast day first. You can put lights up, all that. There's no sin in that. We reading it right here. Why was our people decorating? Because it was a festive time. Yes, the Lord, Exodus 15:3, the Lord is a man of war. I'm going to hit you. War is salvation. When you get deliverance, and what's going to happen? How's our salvation going to happen in these last days? The word damn salvation is being said so much. It's going to happen through Yahushua coming to bring war against the nations, simultaneously with Israel fighting a race war against Esau and the other nations. And we're going to get the victory, the salvation. Everybody understand? Am I clear here? Are we missing something with basic English words? Or are we going to play word games now and twist people's words and put words in people's mouth? Can I get a con 777? I love y'all, Israel. All right. And shout out to those of y'all that still rock with H.O.I. I put up a mission statement, and shout out to y'all that still love us and respect us. Brotherhood over breakdowns. Much love to all of y'all. Call me a shout out. Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days, from the 25th day of the month Caslu, with mirth and gladness. Let me ask y'all, let me see who knows their feast days. What other feast day we celebrate for 8 days? Yeah, perfectly imperfect, kind. Word players, no time for games. What other feast day? There you go. God, Kadash, come on, man. I knew you would get it, man. Let somebody else. Come here, Shalom. Love y'all, Israel. Oh, y'all done? Got it. Only Israel love, got it. Brother Mac, nope. Unleavened bread is 7 days. Now, wait a minute. Some camps celebrate the Passover. Some camps celebrate the Passover the first day, and then they do 7 days of unleavened bread, making it 8 days. But no disrespect to other camps, we love them. That's the way they understand it. We understand that the Passover is the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So therefore, the complete feast day is only 7 days. All right? But it's all good. Hey, the brothers and sisters that follow it that way, they got an extra day to celebrate Passover. Oh, that's Yakim. See, I don't be knowing y'all YouTube screen names, man. I'm gonna start writing these names down, and y'all gonna have to identify yourselves, so I know who I'm talking to when we come up here. No, it's well, according to our understanding, Passover is 7 days. The only other 8-day feast is Tabernacles. Whoever put that got it right. It said, verse 60, 1 Maccabees 4:60. At that time also they builded up the Mount Zion with high walls and strong towers round about, lest the Gentiles should come and tread it down as they had done before. The Gentiles, the other nations. All right. Verse 61. And they set there a garrison to keep it and fortified Bethsura to preserve it. That good old word, preserve. All right. Damn word games. All right. that the people might have a defense against Idumea. And salvation, another synonym for salvation, can be preservation also. All right. So now for Feast of Dedication, it starts Sunday, December 13th at even. Everybody get your menorahs. All right. You can get them through me, Elder Zabak. Right. Support Hebrew business. Much love to all of y'all. Not making merchandise of the nation. This business was started generically with the help of Israel. But get your menorahs. If you don't get them through me, get them wherever you got to get them. But you light your menorah at sundown, Saturday, December 13th, if you co-sign to H.O.I's calendar. All right. H.O.I Hanukkah. Happy Feast of Dedication in advance. All right. If you're not home, if you're celebrating somewhere with your congregation or other Hebrews, they're going to light the menorah at wherever they're having a service. When you get home, you light your menorah. And light your menorah all 8 days at even. Or you can light your menorah throughout the 8 days whenever you want. I light my menorah during the day. I light it at night. I have my menorah continually burning. I have a couple of menorahs burning. Got to watch them, damn it, so Satan don't try to knock them over. I don't no fire in my crib. But the angels, you know, all these years prevented that. But I have like sometimes I have up to 4 menorahs burning. Or, you know, I might get the olive oil wicks, which is a little bit safer. So email the elder if you want to order your menorahs. I got all sizes, budgets, everything. Whatever your budget is, I'll work with you so you can get your menorah. But above and beyond, keep the feast day. Now, what you do, you light your menorah and you just celebrate for 8 days. You read the book of Maccabees, read about the story of the, all right, elder member, look into what, I don't know what it is you discovered. I'm not sure what you discovered. I have no idea what you're talking about, perfectly imperfect. All right, and if it's not dealing with the Feast of Dedication, then you got to wait. All right, please wait. I don't know what you're talking about. But if it's not dealing with the Feast of Dedication, I don't even know who you are. No disrespect, perfectly. I don't even know. I don't know y'all by these screen names. So I have no idea what you're talking about. You discovered. All right. But let's try to stay on topic. So, or just retype it. Retype it towards the end. But let's try to stay on topic. So keep the Feast of Dedication, right? Throughout the 8 days, you can eat, cook, all right? If a Shabbat comes in the middle, which it will, is 8 days, you're always going to have a Shabbat in the middle. You can cook on that Shabbat because you're cooking for the feast. That's how we understand it at H.O.I. Other camps or congregations, they might tell you, no, you're going off if you cook. You still kindling the fire. We don't see it that way. You can cook because it's a feast day on the Shabbat or in preparation for, you know, what you going to wait to sundown? Well, the sun does go down early, but you're going to do all that cooking and then it's coming into the time to start the feast? No. Don't be over righteous. Use wisdom. That's the way we understand it at H.O.I. Y'all can condemn us all we want. That's the way we understand it. You can celebrate. You can go out. You can enjoy. It's a time of feasting. Read the law and the Maccabees throughout the time. Or study your scriptures in general. Listen to righteous music. It's just like celebrating any other feast day. Just like you might have did in the world. You're just doing it righteousness now. And in the world, you celebrated from Thanksgiving to New Year's. Ain't no damn 12 days of Christmas. You was in that spirit from mid-November. Tell the truth. Well, not probably y'all per se, but a lot of our people, and even still to this day. Even still to this day. You go from our people go from mid-November to damn the first week of January. All right? Perfectly imperfect. I have no idea what you're talking about. Please just hold your horses. Hold your horses. Get a boat. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Watch the weather. We're not talking about the weather right now. We're talking about the Feast of Dedication. Please hold your comments. I don't want to put you in timeout or block you, but what you're talking about has nothing to do with what we're talking about. There was floods throughout this whole year. They called it the summer of the Noahic floods. So just hold on. The trade tube, I didn't like the way. I'm gonna address that. I'm gonna make a statement at the end of the video. Don't worry about that. That whole Gentile salvation Cornelius thing, I'm gonna make a statement on that at the end. Everybody just hold your horses. Let's deal with the feast day. There's other important things going on in the nation Israel. But I get you. The trade tube, I get you, King. So that's basically how you celebrate the Hanukkah. If you happen to be keeping it at home by yourself or your family, what do? You can cook a nice meal. Saturday the 13th at even. Shalom, daughter. Shalom, daughter. Saturday the 13th at even, you can light your menorah. Make sure you get one. If you don't happen to get a menorah in time, whatever, at least light some frankincense and myrrh. All right, light 7 candles and line them up. I don't know. Make sure you watch them. That's a lot of candles. But light your menorah. Say your prayer at sundown. The menorah is different prices, Renee Morris. Email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. House of Israel NYC, like New York City, at gmail.com. You can give gifts for the 8 days. A lot of Hebrews say that if you give gifts, you're trying to be like Christmas. There's no law against that. The Apostle Paul said, where there's no law, there's no transgressions. You can give gifts all 8 days, 1 day. You choose not to give gifts, there's no sin in that. All right, there's no scripture that say if you give gifts on Hanukkah, you're trying to be like Christmas. Do your thing. Just make sure it's righteous, lawful gifts. You light your menorah, you say a prayer, and you read 1 Maccabees chapters 1 through 4. If you don't want to read that much, read the 4th chapter. And then we'll be live breaking down the Feast of Dedication for anything you don't understand. And if you don't understand, you can email me, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com for any questions that you may not ask here or you need to ask in the future. All right. Any other questions or comments about the Hanukkah, how to celebrate, whatever? You can read chapter 1 through 5. You can read the whole book of 1st and 2nd Maccabees if you can. Start from now. So when the Hanukkah comes up, you know the story. Start from now. All right. So let's go to 1 Maccabees 5 and 1 now. We're going to continue on from chapter 4, chapter 5 and 1. Now, when the nations round about heard that the altar was built and the sanctuary renewed as before, it displeased them very much. Yes, you can decorate. You can decorate, Renee Morris. I just went over that. You must have came on late. Let me jump up. This is 1 Maccabees 4:57. For those that want to know if you can decorate. 1 Maccabees 4:57. They deck also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold and with shields, and the gates and the chambers they renewed and hang doors upon them. Hey, you want to get any upgrades to your house? Right? If you want to decorate your house, if you want to get some renovated, want to get your living room painted before Hanukkah, hey, knock yourself out. It's a festive time. Don't have that Debbie Downer spirit. It's a festive time. You can do all that in the spirit. Yes, you can decorate. 1 Maccabees 4:57 for those that need. If a simple, over-righteous Negro light, all right, if an over-righteous Negro light try to say, oh, you decorate, you trying to be like Christmas, cut them to shreds with 1 Maccabees 4:57. All right, that's to Renee Morris. Yes, you can read all of you can read all of 1st and 2nd Maccabees. Yes, you can go out to a nice restaurant and celebrate. I would say not on a Shabbat. Just, cook at home on a Shabbat and enjoy at home. But any of the 8 nights in between, definitely you can go out to a nice restaurant. Yes, Christmas stole a feast of lights from us. You can put up lights. If you choose, don't put up no lights that look too Christmassy, but then they stole it from us, so any lights are beautiful. Shout out to AOC. I mean, one year we did Feast of Dedication Hanukkah with H.O.I. AOC. We used to merge together for feast days, and they had the multicolored lights all over their class. We went to their school to keep it. And it was fire to me. It looked nice. They took the decorations and incorporated for Hanukkah. Now, if you don't want to look too much like Christmas, whatever, knock yourself out. But there's no law against that. Decorating for Hanukkah is not a sin. First Maccabees 4:57. Shalom Trav. Yeah, you can get blue with silver and white lights. They say that the Hanukkah colors are royal blue and silver. I'm not sure of that. I never read that anywhere. But it's okay. There's no law against certain colors. Tasha, Samuel, they about to... Hey, sis, shalom. Little female Shabbat. I don't give a damn. Come for me. They can come all they want. First Maccabees 4:57. If they come for me, they got to come for the word of the Lord. First Maccabees 5:1 again. Now, when the nations round about heard that the altar was built and the sanctuary renewed as before, it displeased them very much, like the book of Nehemiah. Remember when Cyrus, which was anointed by the Most High can use a heathen for his purpose. Cyrus was anointed by the Most High to allocate freedom to Israel to build the temple. And the nation surrounded us. Read the book of Nehemiah. The nation surrounded us and they were mad because we was rebuilding our temple. It tells us in Revelations 11, and the nations were angry. A lot of the nations are going to get mad now in these last days because they see us coming back to this truth. Some nations going to want to cleave. Some going to get mad and angry. But it's going to be our time to shine as a nation. And a lot of them going to get mad. All right, because the Most High is dealing back with us and giving back these laws, statutes, and commandments. Verse 2. Wherefore they thought to destroy the generation of Jacob that was among them. And thereupon they began to slay and destroy the people. Check that out. Just because we got back the temple and wanted to serve the Most High and keep his commandments, the nations got mad. Just like in these last days. Yahweh Shah said they're going to deliver you up. Revelation 2:10. They're going to kill some of you for the word of the Lord. Be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. The temple is spiritual now. We are the temple now. We don't have a temple back in Jerusalem. So when we come back together as a people in these last days, fervent for the law, the nation's going to get angry. And some of us may have to suffer martyrdom for this word. So we're looking for salvation and deliverance and victory in these last days. All right. Then Judas fought against the children of Esau and Idumea at Arabatine. Judas fought against the children of Esau at Idumea and Arabatine. That lets you know who are the Idumeans. Esau, the Romans, the Edomites, the so-called white man. Right? They got books like Edom, Rome that tells you Esau is the Idumeans or the Roman Empire. And Judas whooped the hell out of them. See, we understand just because one Gentile here or there the Most High might deal with, those are exceptions to the Most High showing his power. Like with Cornelius, he showed his power that I can make even a Gentile bow down to me. The top of the damn Gentiles, which is Esau. It tells you in Sirach, there's no head above the head of a serpent. Right? So the Most High said, I can do that. But they're still your enemies and the devil, and you still going to conquer them and whoop the hell out of them. But I can show, even look, I'm so powerful, I can turn the devil to make him worship me. I can turn the lowest of the nations. But I don't want to get too much in that. I'll touch on that in the future. And he gave them a great Salakia. All right. Let me see. He said, and he gave them a great overthrow and abated. All right, let me get that. And abated their courage and took their spoils. All right, abated means to lessen, diminish, or decrease in intensity or amount. So he diminished their courage. They were shook ones, son, like Mob Deep. Remember in the laws of war, I believe it's Exodus 20, the Lord said, before you go out, I'll send the angels before you, and they'll put fear in your enemies, and they'll be damn near scared before you get there. So that's what happened. He abated their courage, right? Mara Yahweh, Shalom Elder Priest Zabak. It was your videos that brought me to the truth in 2018. May Yahweh. All praises, right? See, I could boast and brag. You know how many people came in the truth from me and H.O.I? And some of them, a lot of them are in other camps. And you know, once they came in, the Spirit led them to worship wherever they're at. And that's fine. I didn't tell everybody they had to come under H.O.I. You know, there were other reasons why they ended up in different camps, but I ain't going to go there. It's all good. Does anybody understand the word soliciting? Since we're dealing with words, but it's all good. I love y'all anyway. Strong recruiting, sabotage, soliciting, envy, competition, jealousy. I still love y'all, Israel. But the people ended up worshiping wherever they worship. All right? You know what it is, Sister Tosh. You know what it is. That's that New York sharpness. All right? You can't get nothing by New York. Nah. We see right through it. But it's all good. Yeah, Yakad. Y'all received y'all menorah or praises. Yeah. See, Brother Yakad, another satisfied customer. See that I get y'all right for Feast of Dedication, man. Like that menorah. All right, so right here I show you we got Judas got salvation over the Edomites because he was defeating them during the wars he was having when he was taking back the temple and fighting for Israel against the heathen occupation. That was salvation. Everybody understand? Give me a con 777. All right, now, any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments concerning Hanukkah? Concerning Hanukkah first. So I don't really see any questions or comments. So Feast of Dedication again, December 13th at even 2025. Light your menorah, say your prayers, read Maccabees, and make you a great feast. You can eat, you can drink. Make sure it's in moderation. Don't be too gluttonous. Don't overindulge in alcohol. If you don't drink alcohol, you can make your favorite drink. Iced tea, lemonade, fruit punch, smoothie, whatever. Milkshake, I don't know. You can treat your children. You can treat your family. You can shop. You can do nice things for each other. It's a festive time. It's all this BS pagan season, but in righteousness and according to the laws of the Most High. What's wrong with that? Did I say something wrong? They're going to twist that around and say, the elder Zabak trying to tell the people to celebrate Hanukkah like Christmas. Some dumb Negro, Hebrew, Negroite is going to twist my words and say that. I have a question, Priest, about why did I hear somebody from GMS say we can deal with Edomite women? Some brothers teach that we can have concubines now. Can you invite people that's not in the truth? I would say no. I don't. That's not wise to do that. And we definitely don't want anybody in the truth at our feast days because that can be a disaster. You know, make sure they're in the truth or they're learning or they're teaching, and they should willingly want to come to the feast. Seeking the Kingdom 7, you must have just came on. The feast is December 3rd. It starts at December 13th at even. Is the opening service. The closing is December 20th at even. Those are both on Saturday nights, the start of the first day of the week, and it's totally over Sunday sundown the 21st. That's when the Hanukkah is over. If you want to stretch it and celebrate a couple more days, knock yourself out. I don't think it's wise to invite people in the truth. GMS say we can deal with Edomite women. Yes. Some brothers, not just GMS, some brothers believe you can have concubines now. We don't teach that. Deal with your Israelite woman. If the Most High allow us to have concubines in the kingdom, so be it. But let's get back with our Israelite women and restore our families first and foremost on this side. Zephaniah 2, 1 through 3. Gather yourself together, O nation not desired, which is Israel, before the decree, which is the nuclear destruction, and the salvation of Israel comes. The feast is December 13th through 21st. Again, inbox me or email me, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com to get your menorahs. I got from here all the way up to 3 feet. I got a commercial if y'all need to see the commercial with the different styles and sizes. All budgets, support Hebrew business. houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. Any questions, comments, or inquiries, or if you need to order your menorah for Hanukkah. Not making merchandise for the people before the simple gainsayers say something. Just an innocent Hebrew business. Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Baby need new shoes. Right? Elder struggling. Nah, inside joke. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm not a rich man, though. Nor am I trying to get rich off of Israel. Any other questions or comments? All right, so I'm going to recap again. Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah coming up December 13th at even. Saturday, December 13th at even, which is the first day of the week, through Saturday, December 20th at even. That's the 8th day closing ceremony. Salakia, December 20th, and then the sundown December 21st at evening is the closing. I mean, it's over. You know, it's go back to a regular time. Let me look at the calendar right here real quick. I thought I would remember off the top of my head. Oh yeah, the new moon 10th month, Salakia, the new moon 10th month will be Friday, December 19th, the Shabbat night at even, the day before the closing. So come together for the new moon and the 8th day. So it's 3 days to celebrate as far as coming together to have services and lessons and Shabbats, because the opening and closing of Hanukkah, we celebrate as a Shabbat. Because the Maccabees said they celebrated it as the Feast of Tabernacles. And the 1st and the 8th day are Shabbats. So in the tradition of Tabernacles, we celebrate. Some say they're not Shabbats, but at H.O.I, we celebrate them as Shabbats. You're welcome, Andre, Kingdom Ambassador. So yeah, once again, Hanukkah Feast of Dedication 2025. December 13th at even opening, December 20th at even closing, over at December 21st at evening. Light your menorah, get your menorah. All right, inbox me or email me if you need them, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com, or for any questions you might have. Email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. If you want to join the body, study with the body, recruit with the body, or some camps say prospect, we say recruit. Contact us. All right. Also calendars, the 2026 calendar will be ready hopefully in about another week. You can pre-order at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. I will have an image of the cover soon so y'all can get an idea. Maybe I'll give y'all a little sneak peek, but you can pre-order your 2026 calendars now. They should be out ASAP. Yes, but Benjamin Israel, yes, you can cook first and last day. That's at least how H.O.I sees it. It's a feast day, so you can cook. We're not over righteous when it comes to that. I'm gonna get to that, Zephaniah. Light your menorah, say your prayers, feast, eat, drink, be merry. The 8 days is days of celebration. close out in the spirit, and be merry. The colors, I'm going to be in with H.O.I Northeast this year. I'm going to be with H.O.I Northeast this year. We're going to be in Philly. For those in the New York, New Jersey, Philly, D.C., northeastern area, y'all can come and celebrate us. We're going to be in Philadelphia. All right, December 13th at even 8 p.m. We're not putting the address public because we don't want no bug out showing up. So the colors that we're doing, sometimes different Israelite cities and states do their own flavor. The colors will be camouflage for the opening, green camouflage or any camouflage for December 13th, the opening. For the closing, is no particular color. We're doing casual wear with fringes. Sweaters, blazers, vests, whatever. Casual pants, shoes, whatever. Any color. We want to see, if Israel can get fly. Nah, no folly. But for the opening, December 13th, is green camo or any color camo. Basically potluck camo, but if you want to stick with green. Green is the basic. And the closing, December 20th, it's casual wear with fringes. All right? Brothers, don't come in there with a three-piece suit and a tie on. Talk about the tie is my fringe. No. No folly. Y'all done. I miss seeing you and Chief Ephraim teach together. Yeah, Chief Ephraim has his own camp now. Him and some brothers departed from H.O.I about 2 years now. They have a camp called The Servants. You can watch them on YouTube at The Servants. But unfortunately, Chief Ephraim moved on. He's doing his own thing now. I don't know if you'll see us ever teach together again, but I wish my brothers well, and my sisters, anyone, that may have parted ways with H.O.I in the past, or all the camps out there that may have had to part ways. We wish everyone well, and Most High will we reunite in the kingdom, and it'll be all love in Yahweh. But on this side, sometimes people got to do what they got to do. But, go back to the old videos with us teaching together. But anyway, yeah, shout out to all of Israel in the spirit. May we all come back together in Yahweh soon. You've been under a rock, Freddie. It's been like 2 years now. Maya, I missed that too. Yeah, Khan. The sad part about splits is, it breaks up people. People like to see the people together. You build bonds with brothers and sisters, families, but it happens to the best of them. All right. But why is it always happening to us? No, inside joke, inside conversation. But it happens to the best of them. It happens to the best of them. Unfortunately. But I know y'all like to see that unity and certain brothers' spirits together. That's the unfortunate part that you miss when brothers depart off from being under the same body. But it's all love. All praise to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Hey, just watch brothers separate now. You still getting the word? Yeah, it's been like 2 years, Freddie. Where you been? I'm just messing with you. But that's a necessary evil in Israel sometime. And like I said, not just with us. That's just across the board in Israel. I've seen that since I came in One West. But brothers move on, depart. Sisters move on, depart. It's a necessary evil, for lack of a better word. But I wish all of Israel nothing but the best. It's good to be under a rock sometimes. Sometimes it's good not to know what's going on. That means you've been minding your business and leaving other people's alone. Y'all know that old Judite saying. But it's all love to all of Israel. I wish nothing but success to my nation. I have to, because it's my nation. So yeah, okay. Spoke on the Hanukkah. The Cornelius controversy. All right. H.O.I is going to address the Cornelius controversy, Gentile salvation, whatever the case may be. Armor Yahweh. Armor of Yahweh, Shalakia. I don't know. Y'all put the words together. I don't know. Damn it, I'm getting old. I'm getting older. I'm not old, but I'm older. Elder, even with my glasses down, I can't see them little words. The whole Cornelius situation, and H.O.I stance that he was a Roman Gentile, Roman Edomite Gentile or Gentile, because some brothers say there's history where he could have been of a different nation than the Romans, right? A lot of backlash, a lot of people upset, disappointed, whatever the case may be. It's the same thing like Ruth being an Israelite stumbling blocks. Yes. Sister Tasha, I'm glad you said it, because if I say it, it's a problem. If I say it, I'm bugged out and I sold out. You go back to the old school, sis. All my old school One West people, y'all know. Y'all know. You go back to the old school. Stumbling blocks. Now, I'm not really here to say, I'm not even really here to say who's right or wrong. I don't do doctrine pride. All I say is what I see and understand and teach. And I don't try to outdo. I'm not going to call a brother stupid, you wrong because you don't say it. Obviously, only one of us could be right or wrong. That's the way I understand it. I could be wrong. When H.O.I come back, may he give us all clear understanding, but I'm going to hold fast to what I understand. Yeah, Shower Paul already addressed it, right? And I didn't have to go up there. My men under me, you know, they can handle it, all right? So this the point I want to stress, right? It's not even the whole doctrine, right? Because at the end of the day, we didn't bug out. We're not saying the white man all of a sudden going to be equal with us and not. No, it's still the same doctrine. Israel rule, nations in subjection and servitude, slavery, captivity, bondage. But it's about the brotherhood and the sisterhood and the nationhood. Now, those that don't agree and decide to remove themselves, fine. Those that want to give a breakdown and say, this is why you brothers are wrong, fine. Those that don't really deal with H.O.I anyway and going to continue to not deal with H.O.I, fine. But there's no need for slander, disrespect, calling brothers out their name, getting reckless. Don't do that, Israel. Watch your mouth because the Lord can punch you in it. And I don't mean that to be harsh, but that's why I said the Lord, not me. I don't wish to fight nobody over difference in doctrine. But some of y'all are reckless. You some bird, hoe-ass niggas. I'm going to say it that way. I'm going to reel me back in, brother. And you better watch your mouth saying that you want that Esau money. You sold out. Right? Hold on, Banyamyan. And the answer is no to that. Search the scriptures again. I'm going to give you some homework. Search the scriptures again. The Most High used heathens many times for his purpose. That's not a foreign thing. Read your scriptures again. All right? So, watch your mouth. Some of you are younger men running your damn mouth, being disrespectful, talking about I'm taking money from Esau. Watch your mouth before the Lord punch you in it. And he will do. That's why I said the Lord. I wish to do no harm to a brother. But you being disrespectful, you talking crazy to an elder, you talking reckless, and you're slandering and bearing false witness. Esau ain't paid me a damn thing. Stop lying and running your mouth before the Most High smack you upside your damn head. Now back to our regular scheduled programming. All right? The scriptures say, have respect for elders. Even if you disagree with me or whatever, don't slander me. I ain't take a damn dime in 32 years I've been in this truth. And a white man, Lord forbid, I hope we not here 32 more minutes. But if we hear another 32 years and the Lord use me, if it be his will and I keep the strong spirit, I ain't going to take no dime from Esau to sell out no doctrine. I teach what I still learned in my foundation, One West, besides some things that the elders might have went off on. And they still my elders. I respect them for the time that they was in the spirit and the Lord used them. So watch your damn mouth. because the Lord will judge you. I don't want to do nothing to nobody over no doctrine. But a lot of you niggas run your mouth. You in these other camps thinking your camp is superior over every other camp. So you could talk about elders of other camps and your ass only been in the truth 10, 15 years. You're not even an elder yet. You're only 40, 30, 40 years old. And you running your fat damn mouth being disrespectful. The Most High will check your ass for that. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. And yeah, I dealt with this. All started really from Deacon asking me a question, which everybody knew. It wasn't a big thing because the Cornelius topic didn't really come up with us a lot. And the few lessons or the times we might have talked about it, those lessons were just not popular on YouTube. They remember a lot of our old stuff. We got shadow banned from YouTube. Only reason why I'm keeping this channel because it's not camp. But most of our channels on YouTube got shadow banned. A lot of our lessons and stuff, we didn't have them saved. We lost them. We didn't have them downloaded. All right. All right. So hold on, y'all. 1 second. So all I'm saying is this is the main point. We can argue doctrine all we want. The main point is if you're going to still be a brother or sister and show love and rock with myself and H.O.I, it's all good. Those that choose not to deal with us, you got a certain opinion of us because of the doctrine, shalom. We don't have to have no dealings. See you in the kingdom when Yahweh shall come. I don't say that to be arrogant or proud, but if that's the stance you got to take, when Yahweh shall come back, we see through a glass now, but all things will be made clear when Yahweh shall return. All right? But if either you're going to love us and deal with us or you're not. Everybody give me a con 777. Yeah. As far as Deacon, yeah. Deacon asked me a question about what our stance was on Cornelius. And I said, we still teach he's a Gentile. And he took that and used that as a talking point. And I corrected the brother. So I'm not saying that to y'all I didn't say to him. I didn't come at the brother crazy, but I said, I don't care about you mentioning it because it was known. It was just not a big thing. But I said, don't use our conversation, brother, for your talking point. Just teach what you and Hassan are going to teach. Well, Elder Zabak teaches he's a Edomite. Y'all beloved elder, I told the brother, you don't have to do that. I just teach what you believe in. You don't have to use me and H.O.I as cannon fodder because it was already known our stance. Everybody started clutching their pearls and was shocked because it was known but not known, if that makes sense. All right. Do you think heathens can be saved? Yeah, heathens gonna be saved to be slaves. So just Cornelius got saved, no other Romans. When it says Cornelius got saved, meaning him and his household, they just separated from the heathen custom and they served the God of Israel. How were they saved? Did they get on a chariot? Did they get did they become Israelites? No. What was they saved from? Heathen and pagan worship. They wanted to bow down and reverence the God of Israel. That's it. You understand it a different way? Shalom. Fine. This ain't really hard. And like I said, all right. But brother Benyamin, whatever, that's my answer. And I'm I'm not coming at you, brother. That's just my understanding. Deacon did someone else like that yesterday. Yeah. Deacon got to chill out. But it's all good. I don't hate the brothers because of their stance. I still haven't seen all their slides. I can't speak on what I don't know. What I do know of, certain things I don't agree with. I see what they're saying about, yeah, the Most High deals with different nations, but that's for his purpose. And he always dealt with the nations in favor of Israel. But, it is what it is. Anybody else? So much confusion and misrepresentation of the word in Israel. But if you studying and reading your scriptures and you assured of what you learned, it's not really confusing at all. Like I was telling the sister earlier, you're not confused because Joe be fresh. Yeah, I'll speak on that in a minute. Even if we disagree, you're not confused. You know why? Because I tell everybody, go by the elders, leaders, senior men of whatever camp or congregation you listen to and learn from. If you're a sister, go by what your husband teaches and his congregation. If you're an individual light, go by who you learn from and stick with that. Even if your understanding may be wrong when Yahweh shall return, you did it in innocency. We know in part, we prophesy in part. When Yahweh shall return, everything will be made clear. So if you were wrong on something now, Lord, forgive me. I went by the understanding that I had. May you have mercy on me when you return. You gave us all the proper understanding. When Yahweh shall come back, every doctrine shut down is what he say. That's it. I don't think them brothers understand you guys' stance and just looking for clickbait. Yeah, they just looking to slander and clickbait. They twist your words around and they just looking to be negative. That's immaturity and that's still self-hatred. I'm hearing now the lake of fire is somewhere else. I didn't hear that doctrine. The lake of fire is the nuclear destruction here in America. That's what I understood from my teachers in One West, and I still understand when I read the scriptures today. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All right. Anybody else, any questions or comments? Hey, TradeTube, that's brothers understanding. It's all good. Listen, y'all, don't bug out off for different understandings. Don't bug out off for different understandings. And that's why y'all got to read and study and stop watching for entertainment. You know, y'all per se, if the shoe fits, wear it. But y'all got to study and read for your own and pray for understanding. So when you hear different teachings and doctrines in Israel, you don't have to say I'm confused. I go by what the Spirit showed me. That's it. All right. And the scriptures say don't lean on your own understanding. But if you listen to different Israelite teachers, you're not from what I understand, yes. Yes. In One West, they taught us that you can come back in different tribes, but through the Spirit, I see that you come back in the same tribe. Like Yahweh, his whole bloodline was Judah. Remember Matthew 1, verses 1 through 16, it gives the bloodline of Yahweh. That whole bloodline was Judah. But if the Most High want to bring you back in another tribe, that's up to his discretion. I don't see it that way, but if the Most High want to do that, he can do that. Yes, we are taking Passover pre-reservations as of yesteryear. Passover 2026 will be in Raleigh, North Carolina. You can start, you can register now. House of Israel NYC at gmail.com. Straight Gate 144K. Shalom. Any other questions or comments? Any other questions about Hanukkah, Feast of Dedication? Everybody know what to do. Bunyamin Israel. Oh, I answered that about the regeneration. You understand my stance, brother? Bunyamin Israel, about the question. You may not agree, but that's the stance. And you know, as far as your question about regeneration. Look, we might agree on different things. I'm not selling out this word for nobody. For nobody. I have not wasted almost 32 of my years loving this nation and teaching this gospel. Have I been perfect? Hell no. Would I have to learn lessons along the way? Yes. But there's times I was doing stuff I shouldn't have been doing. I should have known better. Yes. That's why we have the Day of Atonement each year. Elder is not sitting up here on an over-righteous tip. So everything will be addressed in due time. Right now, we looking at brotherhood over breakdowns. We seeing who's who. Since this clutch their pearls announcement came out, since H.O.I went on Inside the Nation the other night. Oh my God, H.O.I teaches that? They must think we're going to be equal with Esau. No. So that's that. We'll address it in due time. We're not going to jump into the whole hype of the sensationalism. It'll be done in due time. But we focusing on brotherhood over breakdowns. Hell no. Esau couldn't give me $1 trillion, man. It ain't worth it. If Moses denied the treasures of Egypt for the gift of the kingdom in H.O.I, am I any greater? What the hell Esau going to pay me off and I'm going to go teach whatever he want me to teach and I got a big mansion and living good now and my soul is just gone? Hell no. Like I said, man, I don't, I'm probably one of the poorest, if not the poorest elders in Israel. I don't pocket watch, but I know more likely than not other elders, they got more blessings and financial and physical blessings in his kingdom, but I don't care about that. It is what it is. But I sold out. Why the hell I'm still struggling? Where the hell my check at? And I don't want the check. That's just a figure of speech. But you teach something different from a brother, now you sold out. You want Esau money. And young disrespectful men be coming out their mouth with that. All right, any other questions or comments? I've been on here for a while. I want to try to enjoy the rest of my Sunday night. I love y'all, Israel. I may not always like y'all, but I love my nation to the best of my ability. I'm not boasting or bragging, but I ain't been here for almost 32 years to play no games, to waste my time, waste the Most High Yahweh's time. Well, I can't waste their time. Waste the nation's time, nah. We trying to fight for this kingdom, man. You know, you may not like the path I chose to get there and the understanding I have to get us there, but you have that right. But no disrespect. Don't do no disrespect. Another thing, Tazaryak from ISUPK, he made a video the other day, and a lot of people, they just want to see something. I don't think it's sincere. That's my humble opinion. He said, have the same energy for H.O.I that you had for Genesis. First and foremost, Genesis and H.O.I doctrine is totally different. We agree upon Cornelius being a Gentile, but that's it. And furthermore, there was a lot of energy against me. There's a lot of energy against me. I had dudes threatening to shoot me. My life was being threatened over the Cornelius doctrine and other things. So that I already went through that energy. That's why I stopped, because a lot of people, everybody that came at me years ago. I had dudes in the GMS camp threatening my life over Cornelius and the Mark of the Beast. So a lot of y'all Johnny-come-latelys, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Have that same energy. No, you just, more likely than not, your feet that are swift to run into mischief. You just want to see somebody come at Zabak and H.O.I. That's what I believe, in my humble opinion. If I'm wrong, no respect to persons have the same energy. Kind of, if it's sincere, Salakia. But I just want to clear that up. And I know I can give less than 2 sugars giggles, probably like he or they can, but I don't like when false narratives are out there. There was a lot of energy against me and I wasn't even talking about the Gentiles on chariots or whatever. No slight at Deacon and them, but they'll understand. I wasn't even talking about that. I just feel like my elders taught Cornelius was a Gentile that bowed to the God of Israel. The Most High was showing that all the nations going to serve him, but Israel as the top ruling nation. That's what we've been teaching. And I got through, my life got threatened over my stance on that doctrine. So don't talk about no respect of persons or have that same energy. Let me clear that up. Another thing, I didn't put Deacon Shower Par out there to take the smoke for me. Deacon Shower Par was already going on cross the line radio. I mean, inside the nation. I said cross the line. I'm thinking about Tazaryak. Just gave him some free promotion. No, but Salakia, because I was just talking about him. Shower Par was already going inside the nation radio show to talk about his music. Abaya asked him, do you want to touch on Cornelius? Because the topic came up. Shower Par asked me. I said, yeah, go ahead. He was going up there anyway. And also, my soldiers can handle things. I don't always got to be there for everything. My soldiers can handle it. And that's good because it shows the men under us are equipped. You know, what if the CIA got me locked away somewhere, Lord forbid? Y'all going to say, why Zabak ain't deal with it? I can't. Yeah, I still believe Esau will be done away with after 1,000 years. I think Hassan and them stance is it's hyperbole. It is not literal. But I still believe it's literal. But we can respectfully disagree on that. If the Most High decide to keep some Edomites so they can keep being our slaves, then they'll keep being our slaves for another 1,000 years and we'll whoop the hell out of them. If the Most High so be it. If he destroyed them after 1,000 years soon, all I want is the kingdom. Once I get the kingdom, all that'll be worked out. All that's going to be worked out. Let's just get the kingdom and everything that comes with it. We already know the nation's going to be our servants, slaves, captives, serve us. We already know that. Let's just get there. Be not curious how the wicked shall be punished, but how the righteous shall be saved. Second Ezra, I believe it is. Damn it, if I want to smack them Trump around, if the Lord say, is some of them going still be there after 1,000 years, and you could smack them around for another 1,000 years, then that's the will of the Most High. Yeah, I should teach in Union Square. Yeah, we need to push the law, brotherhood, nationhood, sisterhood more. We definitely need to push that more. Brotherhood, nationhood, sisterhood over breakdowns. But breakdowns are necessary so you can be clear on your stance on scripture. All right, so any more questions or comments? I'm going to get out of here. If not, I love y'all, Israel. Again, remember, December 13th at evening starts the Hanukkah this year. All right, tap in. We'll be live on different platforms so you can be edified on the story and the history. No, I don't teach in Union Square no more. 14th Street Israelites teach down there on Saturdays. Elder Bakwash and Brother Lamad, Elder Lamad, and some of the other brothers, they teach down there on Saturdays at Union Square. They took over the spot. They are blocked down, but it's the same area. Finesse love, shalom. All praise to the Most High. So yeah, December 13th at even, inbox your elder for your menorahs. Inbox the elder for your menorahs. Have all sizes and have all sizes. Get at me. You know, get your orders in early. So if you want to get your menorahs in time, if you want to get your menorahs in time for Hanukkah. December 20th at even is the 8th day closing, and December 21st at even is the total closing. It's over. So any questions, email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. All right. For any inquiries. All right. Sister Tasha, you coming up for Hanukkah? We're going to be in Philly. Oh, yeah. Anybody in the Philly area, you can come celebrate with H.O.I. Just email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com to register, RSVP, and get your seat. Seat is going to be limited. It's going to fill up quick. No, we don't keep the lunar Sabbath. We keep a regular Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. If the lunar Sabbath is correct, may the Most High have mercy and correct us in due time or when Yahushua returns. But we're not going to get prideful and back and forth about doctrine. Lonnie, I don't remember Lonnie. If I see the face, I might see. May he rest in power. He was murdered. Sad. May he rest in power. I don't remember. There's so many people I ran into over these. I forget names. I don't never really forget a face. Sometimes I might forget a face, but I never forget a face. I might forget a name. I remember forget a face. Okay, North Carolina, Khan. And we have brothers and sisters in North Carolina also that you can congregate with on other feast days. Trey, you stop sitting around listening to all these doctrines. All right. You've been in the truth for a while, brother. But I guess you just asking. No, we don't believe in that, King. All right, that's it. I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. So, the closest to Mississippi is Memphis, Tennessee, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, North and South Carolina. Now I don't remember. Lonnie, was his nickname Ace? Was Lonnie nicknamed Ace? Somebody big. I remember a big brother, but we used to call him Ace. I don't remember Lonnie. So Israel, get together for Hanukkah Feast of Dedication. Email me again, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. houseofisraelnyc, like New York City, @gmail.com. All right, everything will be addressed in due time, and we're going to keep it moving, doing the work of the Most High Yahushua. But myself, H.O.I, we didn't sell out to teach no nonsense. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that was Ace? You talking about Ace? Ace got killed? Oh, man. Damn. Ace got killed. Oh, man, may he rest in power and peace. Hey, Brother Nehemiah Jordan, email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. House of Israel, like the country, NYC I want more details about that. Damn, Brother Ace got murdered. I remember Ace, big 6'5" dude, but I don't remember Lonnie. I remember Ace. Ace was damn near coming into the camp at us with a time, but Ace was dealing with some things. Yeah, Ace was, he was, one thing about him, he was honest. Okay, Zephaniah Khan, send me that music. I need it for Hanukkah. And just the vibe to on a regular. But yeah, Ace, oh man. And we was telling, Ace was out there dealing with, he was coming into the truth, but he had 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He was into a lot of, I mean, you made it public. He was into a lot of other stuff too. We was telling him to get out of that world. We told a brother to get out of that world. Oh, man, I remember Big Ace. Ace got murdered. Oh, man, may he rest in power. May the Most High resurrect him in the day to come. But we told Ace, man, y'all can't be lukewarm. Revelation 3:15-17. You can't be lukewarm. You can't have 1 foot in the world and still trying to sell drugs, be in a gang, and pimp hoes and all kinds of stuff. You can't do that. Selling drugs, taking drugs. Ah, man, rest in power. Hey, Nehemiah, email me, man. I would like more information on that. Oh, man, that's sad, man. And Big Ace, man. We like Big Ace, man. He was cool, funny dude. But Ace, man, he was honest. And a man is honest about his sin. You got to respect that. The brother was telling us some stuff he was into. And we was like, yo, but he would come out there and stand with us. We'd be like, yo, brother, if you're going to be in a camp, you coming into the truth, you got to get yourself together. You can't be doing both. Damn. Sad. So, all right, y'all. One more time before I go. Inbox me, email me, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. Get your menorahs. I got all sizes, 5 inches all the way to 3 feet, 36 inches. All prices, all ranges, all designs. Whatever your budget is, I'll work with you. Email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. Serious inquiries only. As far as H.O.I stance, Gentile salvation, Romans 11, Cornelius, salvation to Israel, everything will be edified in due season. You either love us, like Brand Nubian said, you got to love us or leave us alone. And I don't say that with arrogancy or pride. Love H.O.I or leave us alone. And it's still all love. May we all reunite and love each other in the kingdom. If I don't deal with you on this side, Most High will be united and at peace in the kingdom, because all foolishness going to be put away when Yahweh shall come. 5 children, damn. Yeah, email me, King. Please email me. All right, so December 13th through December 20th, Hanukkah. Any questions, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. I'm going to sign off. Hanukkah salvation. Hanukkah Feast of Dedication announcement 2025. Hanukkah salvation. Pun, but no pun intended. If y'all learn one thing from tonight's session, I've done my job. Everything is for the upliftment of Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahushai and the nation of Israel. I love y'all, Israel first and forever. May we get the kingdom. May the nations be in subjection to us. All praise to the Most High Mashiach Yahushai. Kwame Yashala, we still got next. Hallelujah. Priest Zabak, Elder Zabak, Brother Zabak, whatever humble name and title you decide to call me, as long as it's with respect. Again, if y'all learned one thing today or relearned something or went back over something you know already, I've done my job. Much love in Yahweh, Yahweh Shai forever and ever. Amen. All praise to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai forever and ever. Amen. Elder Zabak, H.O.I to them chariots fly. Only scream it if you mean it. Bring it out. We still got next. That's right. All the camps in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai that are sincere throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Kwame Yashala, hallelujah, shalom, kun, and a Shah Ka Kanaka or a Shah Kanaka. Happy dedication or happy feast of dedication 2026. May everybody have a happy Hanukkah. Get your menorahs if you don't have one. And email me to pre-order your 2026 Feast Day, H.O.I Feast Day calendar. Much love in Yahweh, Yahweh Shai forever and ever. Amen. Shalom. Kun. Ashar Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah 2026, Israel. Shalom.